Alright, 19 July 2026, 11 p.m. Indonesia, my mother's house. And the title, What Grows Slowly. Elena joined the campus community garden by accident, mostly because the counseling center's waiting list was 3 weeks long, and someone had mentioned, almost as an afterthought, that working outside sometimes helped with stress better than sitting in another office talking about it. She arrived on a gray Saturday morning, expecting very little, and found an elderly man kneeling in the dirt, carefully separating a tangle of tomato seedlings with hands that moved slower than anyone she'd seen in weeks. Everyone else on campus always rushing somewhere. You must be new volunteer, he said without looking up. I'm Mr. Hale. Grab some glove if you don't mind getting your hands dirty. Elena knelt beside him, unsure what, what she was supposed to be doing, watching him gently separate one fragile seedling from another. This looked like they might break. They might break, she said. They might, he agreed. That's why you go slowly. Rushing a seedling out of impatience is the fastest way to kill it before it ever gets the chance to grow properly. Elena thought immediately of her own semester, 3 overdue assignment, a part-time job she could barely balance, and a growing, familiar feeling of being pulled apart in every direction at once. She said nothing, just followed this careful movement, separating roots with more passion than she usually allowed herself for anything. First time gardening? Mr. Hale asked eventually. First time. Doing anything that doesn't have deadline attached to it. Elena admitted, surprising herself with the honesty. Mr. Hale chuckled quietly, not unkindly. Well, plants don't much care about admitted. But deadline. They grow when they are ready, not a moment sooner. No matter how much you'd like to cultivate them faster. Over the following weeks, Elena kept returning to the garden every Saturday morning, initially telling herself it was just a temporary break from studying, then eventually admitting it had become something she genuinely looked forward to. Mr. Hale thought to look forward to. Mr. Hale taught her which plants needed constant attention and which thrived better when mostly left alone. With soil need nurturing, with extra compost, and which simply needed patience more than intervention. Everything in here teach the same lesson eventually, he told her one afternoon, watching a row of sunflowers spreading slowly toward the sun. Growth that happens too fast usually doesn't last. The strongest plants are the ones that had to work a little for their sunlight. Elena's tomato, the one she nervously separated that first Saturday, began showing small yellow flowers by early June. She checked on them almost daily, sometimes discouraged when growth seemed painfully slow compared to how quickly everything else in her life demanded results. They look like they have stopped growing, she said one evening, frowning at a plan that seemed identical to how it looked 3 days earlier. They haven't stopped, Mr. Hale said, kneeling beside her to examine the roots gently. Most of the real growth happens underground, where you can see it. The roots are working harder than ever right now, building something strong enough to eventually support fruit. It just doesn't like progress from up here. Elena stared at the plan, something in the explanation settling uncomfortably close to her own situation. All the invisible effort she'd been putting into simply surviving her first year away from home. Effort nobody could see just by looking at her tired face during lecture. I think I understand that more than I expect to, she said quietly. Mr. Hale glanced at her, something knowing in his expression. Though he didn't push further. Most people who end up in gardens do. She said simply, plants are patient teachers. They don't rush you toward understanding either. By August, Elena's tomato plants had grown taller than she expected, heavy with small green fruit slowly ripening toward red. She harvested, she harvested, she harvested her first tomato on a warm Saturday morning, holding it carefully in both hands like something far more valuable than a single piece of produce. Look at that, Mr. Hale said, genuinely pleased. Not bad for someone who started the season worried her seedlings would break at the slightest touch. I almost gave up them twice, Elena admitted, when they were not growing fast enough. Most worthwhile things test your patience exactly like that, Mr. Hale said. The trick is not avoiding those moments of doubt. It's learning to trust the roots even when you can see them working. Elena carried the first ripe tomato back to her dorm room that evening, setting it carefully on her desk beside a stack of unfinished assignments she'd been avoiding all week. She looked at both for a long moment, the slow, patient, patient proof of months of quiet effort sitting right next to the anxious, unfinished pressure of her regular semester. She picked up her pen and finally started working, no longer rushing quiet so desperately toward every deadline, remembering instead that strongest, most fertile kind of progress sometimes happens quietly underground, long before anyone, including yourself, can actually see it bloom. Thank you.